Hello, once again, Kenny Jacobs from Bloomington, Illinois. I'm going to do a video today talking about current events as it relates to Bible prophecy. First article is out of the IsraelNationalNews.com today, and it's entitled Temple Mount, Jews Arrested Attempting to Bring a Sacrifice. It says 8 Jews were arrested Monday for attempting to sacrifice a goat on the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, Judaism's holiest site. The group were making their way to the mount in order to carry out the sacrifice, which Jews are commanded to make in commemoration of the Exodus from Egypt, during which God killed all firstborn Egyptians while passing over firstborn Jews. The sacrifice is supposed to take place on the Temple Mount, the site of the 2 former holy temples of Jerusalem, but which today is occupied by the Islamic Al-Aqsa Mosque complex. By order of the Islamic Waqf authorities who administer the site, Jews are forbidden from praying or carrying out any other religious rituals on their holiest site, in what activists have repeatedly condemned as a capitulation by police to Muslim extremists. It is a mark of shame that the government of Israel is directing a regime of racism against Jews on the Temple Mount. The Jews are forbidden to pray and even prevented from carrying out Torah commands of the festival. Again, we're going to continue to see this type of thing happening, and tensions rising over the Temple Mount as the Jews continue to make pleas for the third temple. And the Bible makes it very, very clear that in the final 7-year period of time, there will be the third temple. Now, on top of that, members of the Israeli Knesset are meeting tomorrow, tomorrow on Wednesday, with Mahmoud Abbas, the leader of the Palestinians, to try to overcome the crisis in the peace talks. The title of this is out of the Jerusalem Post. It says Abbas to meet with members of the Knesset in Ramallah. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas is set to meet with members of the Knesset on Wednesday to discuss the current crisis and negotiations between Israel and the Palestinians. A small group of the Knesset, including opposition and coalition members, will travel to Ramallah to meet directly with the PA president and together come up with solutions to overcome obstacles. I'm not going to read the rest of the article. I'll post this in the description box, as well as the article about the Temple Mount. But I just want to go ahead and say that, again, these peace talks just will not seem to die. They won't go away. Now the Palestinians and Israel are meeting on their own without John Kerry, without the United States. However, we are sending over one of our guys again this week to try to get back involved in the talks. So we are still somewhat involved, but you can see that no matter what happens with these peace talks, as much as they seem to be dead, something keeps reviving them, which just tells me that it's going to happen. It's going to get pulled off here eventually. Daniel chapter 9 verse 27 says, "And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. And for the overspreading of abominations he shall make it desolate, even until the consummation, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate." That peace treaty will finally start the final 7-year period of time just prior to the second coming of Jesus. Peace treaty is going to get signed, and the temple will be built. That's what this verse talks about, the abomination of desolation of the temple. I want to go to Matthew chapter 24. Matthew chapter 24, this is Jesus speaking. Verse 15 says, "When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet," which is what I just read, Daniel 9:27, "stand in the holy place," which is the temple, "whoso readeth, let him understand." Let's go down to verse 21. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. And except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days will be shortened. What is amazing to me is we see all of these prophecies being played out right before our very eyes on a daily basis on the news. Yet the majority of the people around the world still just don't get it. They will not open their eyes and see that exactly what the Bible said is happening is coming to pass right now. And I'm amazed because the church isn't even talking about it. I don't understand how pastors cannot be warning their congregation that the world powers are trying to sign this peace agreement right now. That we're on the brink of the final 7-year period of time, known as the time of Jacob's trouble, or Daniel's 70th week. And now, as of last night, the 4 Blood Moon Tetrad has officially started. And if you look at the history of Israel, when this has happened, 1948, 1967, the last time there were Blood Moon Tetrads on their feast days, something major has happened to Israel. I think it's very likely that these 4 blood moons, which will go through fall of 2015, I think it's very, very likely that this peace agreement will be confirmed some point during this time of the 4 blood moons. The guy who's going to do it, the final world leader, has not been revealed. He has not come on the scene yet and confirmed the covenant. We're just waiting on God's timing. But when the timing is right, the agreement's going to happen. And it sure appears that they're not going to give up until it does. All the signs are here. It's exciting times we live in. Keep looking up. God bless you.